Hey guys, good evening, and how are you doing? I'm not Casey here, and tonight we're gonna do a live write video about the prophecy dungeon. I was able to go through and complete it last Friday. I was finally at level. Um, I really enjoyed it. It was really cool. So I have my points over here on the document, and so my main points is that the prophecy dungeon was very well built. A lot of things going for it. Had some of the best loot. My second point is that it has some of the best loot philosophy in Destiny 2 endgame content yet. So basically, it's like the first of its kind for endgame loop, and it's really cool. And then lastly, I'm going to end this talk live right by just mentioning I hope it leads by example. So let's dive right in. So the prophecy dungeon is very well built. It has some of the best aesthetics. I love the nine. I love the feel, and I love the look. The nine are just a very unique asset in Destiny, and you know it'd be really cool to understand more of them, get to see more of their realm and their just more stuff from them. But I feel like it's really cool, really awesome stuff they can play with, since a lot of the nine lore and theories and stuff are so out there. I also thought the dungeon had some really cool masterable mechanics in there. They weren't super complicated, and there wasn't as much RNG in it, but you could go through it, and not a whole lot of puzzles, not a whole lot of crazy. But things that you could learn and that are repetitive, and that like you learn the base mechanics from the very first encounter, and you build upon them, and then you just keep doing those mechanics, getting better and better at the dungeon, and it's fairly teachable too. So that's really that's really good. So I think hats off to the group that was in charge of building the prophecy dungeon. That team or group of teams did really good. I think this is where they knocked it out of the park, though. Has some of the best loot philosophy in Destiny 2, like where we haven't even seen loot philosophy like this in endgame content in Destiny 2 at all. And what I mean is that every time you run the prophecy dungeon, you can get loot every single time. It's amazing. It's really cool. You just go back through it, and you're able to grind out the gear that you have earned. Keep on going back for more and more rolls. It's really awesome. It's super awesome. Like going through and running it, like any end game content right now on a character that you've already done that content on, it's kind of depressing because you're just not getting anything for your for achieving the goal, like for achieving the content. It's super lame. So hats off. This is really awesome. I love it. I love being able to go, like, the idea of being able to go through content and get loot and grind for loot is a win. It's a win. It creates incentive to grind, and it creates incentive to replay it, and also do it with other people. Like, I don't understand why it's taken almost 3 full years to figure that out, but it's really awesome. Finally, lead by example. I really hope that this is something that is leading into what future endgame content is going to be. A push to mastering the activity, and then grinding out what you want. I really hope that Bungie kind of builds their dungeons, builds their raids, and builds any whatever future activity they're going to bring us end game. Build it to be grindable, getting loot, and people will play those activities a lot. They'll master them. They'll solo flawless them, and I just hope that this leads to something greater in the future. So I mean, I think this type of content makes delivery, or this type of content delivery needs to be more prevalent in endgame content. Like, I hope that it becomes more prevalent in year 4 and beyond. being able to replay creates a grindable loop, which increases engagement and gives hope. And it gives me hope for the future aspirational content that Bungie will produce. Like I just am really excited about, you know, coming to Destiny in year 4 and looking at the hardest, toughest challenges and be like, yeah, dude, I want to actually engage in those, and I want to do it every single day I play games, instead of, oh, I did it this day, I don't have to worry about doing that anymore. Like, well, I mean, it just doesn't drive me to play the content. So, and that's my take on it too. But I feel like if you make something grindable, something that, you know, gives you rewards every time you do it, is going to be far better than what we've had in Destiny 2 to date. Guys, this is a little bit shorter video. A little bit things that I guess, little less ideas that I wanted to illustrate, but more of just like Prophecy Dungeon was great, and the loot delivery system is great. Put it in the majority of endgame content because it needs to be there. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch and listen. I do appreciate it. I do stream live on Twitch, and I do these talks live on my Twitch channel. So if you guys want to come by and follow the channel and get notified on when I go live for doing these live rights, you're more, you know, go to twitch.tv/I'm not KC to be a part of them live and be a part of the discussion as well. I would appreciate it. I am, for those of you who are hanging out, I'm not shutting down the stream just yet, but for everyone who's listening on YouTube, guys, I thank you so much for watching again. If you like the video, please give it a like, and if you want more content, please subscribe. And yeah, I'll just try to be pumping these out as much as possible, just Destiny content and also current, like major current events and stuff like that. So guys, have a good night, and I will catch you later.